Hey guys, what's up? Today's video is more of a, I don't know, maybe it's an insightful, motivational video, kind of more update on my professional, I guess, life. As you know, in a previous video, I was released from my job because of downsizing. There's a lot of companies around the United States that are doing this right now, trying to streamline their processes and their people. And, I kind of wanted to do this video kind of more as a motivational video. So as what the title will say in this video, sometimes setbacks are just step backs so that we can view a much bigger picture of our lives, both professionally and personally. Now, that statement right there can be used in so many ways. You can use it for your everyday life. You can use it for even all the way to what I do on a majority of my channel, which is running content. You can use it for running. Because injuries, much like losing a job, are considered setbacks. And the reality is they're not setbacks. They really aren't. They're just step backs. It allows you to take a step back and be able to get a bigger picture, right? For instance, you go to a movie theater, if you sit too close to the screen, you're able to focus on one area. But you sit a few more rows back, now you get a bigger picture. You can see everything, right? Similar concept to life. A lot of times we become so focused, so stagnant in what we do in our daily lives. I was with my company for 16 years. I started there when I was 20 years old. And, my goal was not to be there as long as I was. In case you didn't know, I was working on an ambulance for many years. About 11 of those years, I was working on an ambulance. And I became complacent with what I was doing every day because it was secure. I felt comfortable. And during that time, I could have easily gone somewhere else or done something else and made much better pay, gotten much more experience, but I was complacent with what I was doing. I watched another person's YouTube channel. I believe it was called Sarah and Tuned. I don't know if you guys on my channel have ever seen that. She's a car personality, but she did a Q&A session, and one of the statements she made really resonated with me, that the worst thing that you can do is become stagnant and complacent with what you're doing in your life. That change is how we get experience. That change is what makes us better people. It allows us to become broader, bigger, more well-rounded if we take risk and we take opportunity. And for a long time, I didn't do that. It wasn't until I started running that I started to notice that taking risk could come out to a better reward. So each day was a new challenge for me. So let's even take it a step further back. When you go into grade school, every day, every week, every month is actually something new. Now we kind of look back on it and say, well, school was kind of stagnant, but it wasn't really, because every day you walked into the classroom, you were learning something new. You were doing different math equations, you were reading different books, you were learning different things about history, you were doing different science experiments and different things. Even though it was in small incremental steps, it was something new, and that made us better. But when you start a job and you start doing the same thing every single day, you don't get better. You don't learn. Why? Because there's two sides of it. One, you're not getting new experiences, but you're also not having the process of failing, because the best way that we learn as human beings is to fail. So, bringing that into the professional life, sometimes situations like mine, I didn't fail at what I was doing. But what happened in transition from while I was working there on an ambulance, I reached a point because of the running, because I had gotten what's the better word here, confident in myself. I became confident that now, because I was able to do the running, I was able to do a mile, and then it became a mile and a half, and then 5K, and then 10K, and so on and so forth, all the way up to a half marathon. I was able to complete every one. Each one was a new task that I never thought I'd be able to do before. And that gave me the confidence to say, if I can do this in my personal life, then I can do this in my professional life. But I wasn't willing to take that risk to leave the company that I had already been with for, at that point, 11, 12 years. So what I did was internally, I found a position that interested me in business development. Because when I went to school, in college, I went to school for business administration and business finance. I never applied any of the stuff that I learned. So having an opportunity within the company that I was already working for allowed me to get some experience. And over 4, almost 5 years, I gained a lot of experience, learned a lot from some really great people. And I have nothing but thanks for all of those people that helped me along the way. But rather than looking at it as a negative that the company let me go, I'm looking at it as a positive. I'm almost looking at it as the company telling me, hey, we have shown you what you can do. Now go out there and show the rest of the world what you can do. So that being said, there's a lot of things I can do. I can easily go work for another company, or I could go on the extreme side and I could possibly start my own business. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. I start my own business, I can maybe make a lot of money doing my own thing. Even here on YouTube, if I could have more success, which is dependent on the views that I get here. So if you like this video, if you find this inspiring, please share this video with friends that may find this inspiring as well. That failure, there's no such thing, in my opinion, as failure. There's just setbacks that just are step backs. So the greater the risk, the greater the reward. I can start my own business. It's a huge risk, but there's also a huge reward. I'm laying a foundation for my family, my family's future generations potentially. I could potentially start an empire, who knows? Some of the smartest, brilliant minds in business started creating a concept that flourished into something much greater. So, could I take a small business and turn it into something great? Maybe. There's also a huge risk of failure there. Most businesses fail within the first, 8 months of opening. Am I willing to take that risk? I don't know. I'm usually not that big of a risk taker. I really am not. But I am a person that is dedicated and will work hard at whatever I do. So I could also work for another company. I could take those skills that I have learned, the information that I have been given, and the things that I have received over my time, my 16 years and the nearly 5 years in business development. I can take that to another business, another enterprise, and apply it there and maybe show them things that they didn't know before. Maybe show them concepts from a different perspective that they didn't think of before. So there's always an opportunity. There's always an opportunity. I don't look at what happened as a failure. I don't look at it as something negative. I look at this as a positive. Now I have been given the opportunity to do something greater. And when I take a step back and I see how big the picture has become, I realize that I have an epic opportunity to apply myself wherever I go and to become something greater than what I was before. I was essentially set free to find something better. And that's how I'm perceiving what is going to happen with me in the future. So, that being said, all of you out there on YouTube, if you find this video inspirational, please share this with your friends. I greatly appreciate it. Click the subscribe button below. And also, give this video a huge thumbs up if you find this just really motivating for you, because in my opinion, you're not failing. I'm not failing. Because we never give up on ourselves. Alright? So, enjoy the journey. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.